Well, we are back. I'd like to, I got a lot of things I got to do here, personal type. The Technique, the Georgia Tech school newspaper, college newspaper, was kind enough to mention the early morning news. It seems they're having a thing over there with curfews in the dorms. And a lot of the students are upset. Quote, one says, having a 2 a.m. curfew is like having to leave the Tech-Georgia game at halftime, especially if you like to stay up and watch Bill Tush do the late news on Channel 17.
Not blowing your own horn or anything.
That was nice. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody at Georgia Tech. Appreciate the plug.
Before we go any further, we really would like to wish Tony Marshall a very happy birthday wherever he may be.
It's over there, one of our camera people, one of our crew members. Go ahead.
An estimated 2 million people jammed the city of Tehran yesterday as Ayatollah Khomeini, as they say, arrived in Iran after 15 years in exile. He immediately renewed the call for an Islamic Republic and the resignation of Premier Bakhtiar.
Here's Tony. Tony Marshall, one of our favorite crew members, is celebrating his birthday. Come on up and say hello. Happy birthday.
That's me. I'm Tony Marshall.
Get Tony
it
on
is my
there.
birthday.
Tony is how old now? 21?
Let's not get into it.
I think he's 56.
Macho man. Thank you, Tony. Good to see you. Happy birthday. A physician yesterday told Congress that many doctors prescribed Darvon to patients simply because some patients would be disappointed if they left the office and didn't get a prescription. Dr. William Brown, an associate professor of pharmacology at Georgetown University, discussed Darvon during the second day of Senate hearings into the drug. Previous witnesses say Darvon is being prescribed by the millions of doses every year simply because of effective advertising. Well, once again, let's get back to Tina's makeup job. They're doing Tina's face, redoing it, half of it, making you look older, right?
Yes.
So we have, this is part 2 in a continuing fun, fascinating series of Tina getting older.
Use your imagination.
From Maurice Stein here. What I'm doing here now is I'm taking the lines, the normal craters that your face is filled with anyway, and just exaggerating them. Now, these wrinkles that we have hidden by your hair here, we'll just put a little darkener in there. They're already there, so there's not much to do with that.
Mustache.
Little mustache there.
Yeah.
You can get a shave and come on back tomorrow. Hey, let's go with that bumper.
Good job, people.
Well, big news here from Atlanta. After 3 days as a guest of President Carter, Chinese Vice Premier Deng Xiaoping arrived in Carter's home state of Georgia yesterday morning for a visit to Atlanta. Praising Atlanta for what he called the speed of its economic development, Ping predicted he will learn a lot from you. As Ping was delivering his remarks, the White House released Ping's and President Carter's joint communique condemning nations that try to dominate other countries. This was seen as an admission, an administrative concession to Ping's fear of the Soviet Union, a subject that President Carter had wanted to avoid because of the delicacy of current SALT negotiations. The Vice Premier told a meeting of Southern newspaper editors yesterday afternoon that the Soviets are trying to get control of China. He accused the Soviet Union of changing its policy from pure socialism to social imperialism, trying to dominate its neighbors. Meanwhile, hundreds of placard-carrying protesters, most of them Taiwanese, marched peacefully outside Atlanta yesterday, where Chinese Vice Premier Deng Xiaoping is staying during his brief southern visit. The demonstrators chanted, "Go home, Ping, go home, Commie," to protest the visit to the protest that visit and thaw the relations between China and the United States. By the way, Channel 17 ran earlier this morning a movie called Blood Alley about John Wayne going down a pass filled with communist Chinese. It's an old war movie.
How did that turn out?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's just a coincidence that we ran that. I hope Ping isn't awake watching it. Woo-hoo. Go ahead.
The head of Callaway Gardens confirmed yesterday that the Shah of Iran has expressed an interest in the famed Georgia tourist attraction as a temporary retreat. But Hal Northrup says the Shah has no plans for a permanent home at Callaway. In the town of Breaux Bridge, Louisiana last week, Larry Daly filed battery charges against Judge Glenn Solu, but we don't know how that turned out, Bill.
Oh, let's find out what's new in Hollywood. For all that, here's Tony Holt.
With all the inside news, this is Tony Holt in Hollywood. And in Hollywood, this is Tony Holt.
Once again, back to the final look at Tina's makeup job and see how much she has aged. Did he give you any idea how much the aging process he did on you was a span of how many years?
About
And
40.
we're back and a little bit older, as you can see. Marie Stein, makeup artist, is about to finish up on me here. Same time next year is the name of the movie that Marie Stein has done the makeup for coming up, and it starts, I think, February 9th in the Atlanta area. It may already be showing wherever you are. We thank you so much for
My
dropping
pleasure.
by and wish you the best of luck.
Thank you for letting me do this to you.
Okay. What can
By the way, Maurice didn't just quit there. He kept on, continued working on Tina for several hours afterwards, and the end result, Tina, next to me, you would not recognize her after Maurice Stein's excellent makeup job. I got to say, he's fantastic.
I'll tell you what, Maurice.
He did your voice, too.
He did my voice.
Great. How'd he do that?
Fantastic. And
I
I
should
tell
get
you
into
what,
that.
this can get back to the controversy of my fact of my,
Your
my
sex
school
change
days in Georgia.
operation,
That's
right.
right. But hey, I want to say that
You know,
for
that's
all the women
funny.
out there, right on. I mean, I'm not afraid.
Tina, it's funny you mentioned that about that because I was in Athens and there was talk. A lot of people confronted me and mentioned the old.
You know what,
sex
Bill?
change
I'm sick
out
and
of
tired
time,
of it
I
right
think. We're
now.
having an early-
And remember, do it today. This program was pre-recorded. I'm just your average, everyday guy speaking.
Now with this voice and this face,
Obvious
I can
to
beat the
see.
hell out of you.
Oh.
This program came to you from Atlanta, Georgia.